Announcing server was terrible. LFG was terrible. Well, all right. Let me talk about the LFG add-on, okay? Because I came in here because listen, I can do AQ with my fucking eyes closed, all right? Well, and so I want to have a full fucking focus, and you guys can watch some chill ass classic content, and we can sit down and talk about this motherfucking LFG add-on. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is this attitude that people fucking have. Well, it's not affecting your experience and people want to play the game differently. Who are you to tell them what they can and can't do? I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that whenever they made 40-man raids, 25-man raids. I remember hearing that whenever they added transmog into the game. I remember hearing that exact same argument whenever LFR was implemented. I remember hearing that exactly at the same time that the Dungeon Finder was implemented too. I remember hearing that whenever everybody got any sort of a reward. Everybody got a legendary. How does it affect you? I remember this every fucking time around. This isn't anything new. These are the lazy, casual, and actually I don't even want to call them casuals because I don't want to do a disservice to actual casuals by lumping them in the same lot with these lazy babies, which is what they really are. Lazy babies. And I don't like that shit at all. These are the same fucking people that have ruined retail. They have ruined retail with their attitude that it's a single-player game. Why does it matter how other people play? Why does it matter? Because it devalues the accomplishments of everybody else that doesn't play that way. If you kill Illidan on LFR, my kill on heroic or normal mode means less. Because other people have it. They share in the same fucking reward. It does matter what other people do. It does matter. How do you know that it fucking matters? Because every single goddamn person that played Classic WoW has a story of inspecting somebody in Ironforge or Stormwind and being inspired to raid. That's why it fucking matters. These single-player gamers can go back to Candy Crush. These single-player gamers can go back and play, they can go play BFA. Classic WoW was not designed for LFG add-ons in mind. They are antithetical to the game, and in my opinion, I think Blizzard should get rid of them. And, oh wow, isn't it great that Blizzard agrees with me? After I kill this boss, I'm gonna play a video for you guys, okay? And you know what? We're gonna look and we're gonna see actually what Blizzard says about this exact same issue. Alright? Somebody linked this to me yesterday, and I want to go ahead and I want to show it to you guys, okay? It's a short little, probably 2-minute video, if that. What the fuck is this? Okay, there we go. Alright, let's go down here. Okay, I've got to pull up my tweet. It was a response to one of my tweets, so give me one moment, okay? Give me a sec. Alright, where's it? Twitter. Shit. Okay. Home. Let me just look at my profile. This is gonna take me a second. I actually didn't really have this pulled up. Okay. Let's see. I'll scroll all the way down and find this. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Alright. You guys ready? Alright. Here we go.
On the other end of the spectrum, though, there's stuff that's been added to the UI API since then that allows for the creation of add-ons that communicate with each other and can be used to create social networks within the game. We're actually kind of suspicious of these and skeptical about the possibility of add-ons reproducing some of the functionality that we've deliberately removed from Classic that we feel could be harmful to the authentic experience. And we know that once it's out there, saying just don't use it if you don't want it isn't good enough because it will start to become part of the fabric.
You hear that? You hear that, retards on Twitter? Retards on Reddit? You hear that? Game director disagrees with you. You know, the guy that's a scarab board? Yeah. Yeah, you have no idea what you're talking about.
And so we may be restricting some of those new things as well. We're likely going to find some kind of middle ground that combines the old and the new here with a goal towards making sure that the vast majority of the add-ons that people know and expect function with the goal of an authentic experience.
So how about that? So how about that, boys? How about that?
Now, just to wrap up, there's one big thing that we haven't talked about yet. I know I've heard a lot of...
This is a lot more stuff, but I just want to make sure that that we have that that is documented, and everybody knows that was said by Ian at BlizzCon whenever they were talking about this exact same issue. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let me actually find it. Yeah, this is a good song. All right, play the Mr. GM clip. You're spamming. Stop spamming. You're annoying. Okay, let's go down over here. I might look at it later. Don't spam. Let's see. What if I have a group of friends that I play with? Well, that's called a guild. Yeah, that's called a guild. And so, yeah, you play in a guild. And obviously, I understand that, you know, some people don't have as much time to play the game as they used to. That doesn't mean the entire game should change around you. Just because you have a job doesn't mean everybody else has to have their accomplishments devalued because you have to fucking show up to Target at 7 a.m. Like, no. Like, this is the exact fucking mentality that ruined retail WoW. Like, I was actually a lot more on the fence about this. I was like, you know, I mean, is it really a LFR add-on and everything? Wow! Hey! There we go, dude! That's a perk. Fuck yeah, dude. That shit's expensive. Okay, great. Yeah, that's actually really, that's an expensive item. Okay. Woo, boys, there it is, dude. Boots not collected, that's because they're leather. So anyway, let's talk about the rest of this. So, Blizzard obviously agrees with me. They know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Joanna went for 60. So, here's the thing, is that I was actually much more on the fence about this, and I was like, you know, like, maybe it's just, like, my perspective since I'm, like, a streamer, and it's easy for me to make groups, and, you know, everything like that. But then I saw the same lazy babies that ruined retail WoW, you know, using the same arguments for this as they've used to ruin our current game. And I am against it entirely. I am against it entirely. And that's all there is to it. And I don't think that these things should be in the game. And I feel like as soon as they begin being part of the game, you're going to have new add-ons that are added in that are going to devalue the experience more and more and more. The first thing that people are saying is, oh, well, let's talk about people's idea that this add-on, what are some of the positives? What are the people that are defending the add-on? Let's hear some of the arguments for that, okay? It's for people that want Classic Light. Classic Light's BFA. Go play BFA. Go play BFA. Like, I mean, that's fine. Just go play BFA. I mean, if you want to play Classic Light, just go buy any expansions for the current game and just play fucking up to 60 or 20 or whatever the fuck, dude. No, that's not, we're not gonna do that, man. Go back to fucking retail. Like, the game is designed in a certain way, and there are ways. Who's this annoying person who's spamming me? Just a minute. There we go. There's this idea that the game should obviously change because players have changed. I don't think that's the case. The reason why players have changed is because the game has changed. That's why the game, it's like which came first, the chicken or the egg? The issue is that Blizzard started accommodating the players that were lazy, you know what I mean? And that was the main issue. Korea streamers be playing Activision, the whole point of trying to bring back Classic, yeah. Do you hope that beyond Classic they bring back BC? Yeah, of course, like, I want to see BC again. Everybody wants to see fucking BC again. Classic Plus, etc. Right, of course, yeah. Casual, yeah, I don't want, here's the thing, is if you're a casual player, right? And everything like that, have the fucking dignity to fade out and stop playing the game if you feel like you can't play it casually. And don't fucking keep yourself on life support by begging Blizzard to add new systems into the game that remove the exact things that made you fall in love with it 10 years ago, so the kids today don't have that opportunity. No. Have the dignity to fade out into the sunset and call it a fucking day. I did that. I don't raid anymore. I'll never be as good as I used to be. And I don't want the game to change. That's okay. There's a time for everybody to do that. My time was a number of years ago. And that's okay. It'll never happen again. And I'm okay with that. I wish more people had that amount of self-reflection and I don't even know what to say. Like I don't even know what to fucking say about this, man. I killed the maggots. Some of them drop loot. Listen, the silicate feeders, like this thing about like how silicate feeders drop really good gear. What a bunch of bullshit. There's no way they're gonna drop anything good. How do you feel about people using leveling guides? The thing is that it's the same thing as the LFG add-on, right? It's like if Blizzard doesn't take it out of the game, right? Let's assume that Blizzard does not take it out of the game. Well then, what do I think about it? I think that you're just cheating yourself out of a great experience. I really feel like that's the main thing. And you're cheating yourself out of the classic experience. And the issue with that is that there are negative and annoying things in the classic experience. And everybody obviously wants to be able to skip certain things. I don't think that being able to, you know, like click a button and immediately find a group is not something that I believe should happen. That's the main point. So how about streamers who will spam dungeons in 60? Doesn't that break the main experience? Well, no, it doesn't, because you're comparing, Tally, the difference that I feel between, like, your example and what I'm talking about is the difference between an individual changing an experience and a system being added into the game that affects the entire population. So it doesn't matter what one individual person does. It doesn't matter, right? If one person just pays some random person to play their account all the way through, then it's not that big of a deal. I don't care. But if this is something that's consistently done all the time that affects the entire player base, I feel like that's a completely different conversation to have. And that's my main concern. I don't really care about one person. I care about the population of the game as a whole. And I feel like the population of the game as a whole is being damaged whenever you have systems and add-ons like that do, even as Ian admitted, that they will go ahead and they will make it a soft requirement. It's the same as Raider.io. It's not that bad if you're in a guild, you're right, but if you're pugging, it's bad. What about Gear Score? What about, like, OQ back in the day? All of these add-ons became default expectations. On top of that, you even have in-game systems that function the exact same way. Two good examples, the Legendary Ring and the Legendary Cloak. Both of those things turned into being, instead of a reward from raiding, a requirement to raid. And if you didn't have those two items, you didn't get into a group. Those types of things will create a soft expectation because no player will willingly put themselves at a disadvantage to that degree. Those are the problems that are with the game. I don't really care about one streamer being able to be given Scarabord or some other bullshit. It doesn't matter to me. The issue is whenever everybody is able to do that. It's a huge difference between one individual being able to get something versus every single player on the server being the gameplay experience being changed for the population as a whole, right? Because it's you? Well, no, it's not just going to be me on other servers. There's going to be other people as well. And it's the same thing as, like, people getting carried to rank 1 Gladiator. I never really gave a shit about that. I mean, like, yeah, it was kind of annoying, right? Back before, you know, I streamed or whatever. But it doesn't really matter because it's one person. The issue really is whenever it's happening on a large scale. No one person or a small group of people, and what I mean by a small group of people is like 1,000 people. Like, there's 1,000 people that are, like, maybe in my community that are going to be playing the game differently. That's fine, in my opinion, because there are millions of people that are going to play the game. I care about the way those millions of people are going to be affected by systems added into the game that could be harmful or bad to the game. Those are the things that I have against it. You said that you would work on Discord last night. Have you gotten around to it yet? Yeah, I made 2 new chat channels. I haven't really decided how I want to do the voice channels yet, but I'm going to make about 20 leveling group channels in Discord for Classic WoW, and that way people in the community can group up and level together. Opinion on quest trackers. So quest trackers is the same thing as the LFG add-on. Now, I feel like the LFG add-on is substantially worse than quest trackers. The reason for that is because the LFG add-on removes what I consider the most important element of Classic WoW, which is the social aspect. the quest tracker add-ons are also not good for the game, but because they only interact with the way the individual consumes content that they would already consume, I don't think that's a very big deal. You see what I'm saying? I really don't think that's a very big deal. Comparatively. Now, what I'm really saying is that both of these things are bad. Both of these things are bad, but the LFG add-on is substantially worse because it erodes the social aspect of the game, and I consider the social aspect of the game more important than people figuring out and reading quests. That's the point that I'm making. Is that agreeable? It devalues the achievement of finding a group of people to play with. That's really your main point. Well, it's not about devaluing the achievement. There's no achievement to finding a group. There's the fulfillment of creating a group, interacting with other people, and creating that group organically by interacting with other individuals, by talking to them, and forming relationships. That's why people kept playing the game for 10 years, is because they talked to other people and they formed relationships. Those are the things that matter. You can just spam a general chat, who cares? Yeah, that's right. But in order to get somebody into the group, you have to talk to that person. You have to talk to that person. And I think that's what matters. People complaining about didn't play vanilla because they never experienced a game where you actually made friends in the game. Well, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people who probably never played vanilla. They never played vanilla, and they want vanilla to be like BFA. And I understand that. I get it, you know, but I don't think that's something that Blizzard should encourage. That's the point. What's the difference? Wait, what's the difference here between someone using the program and someone spamming a macro? Because you have to individually talk to the person. You have to talk to the person. And also, if you have the tool, here's another difference. Guilds become less valuable if there's a tool that creates an aggregate system of allowing players to interact with each other. Because guilds are basically they're basically a group of people that you pug with regularly. And if you create a system that devalues guilds, you are harming the very, very foundation of the game. And I consider, imagine me, so yeah, that is very bad. So it's not, there isn't really a direct thing. This isn't like, oh, well, if I set something on fire, it's going to be hot, right? This is a direct cause and effect. This is an indirect cause and effect because of the way that players will change their social behavior. How am I where am I getting these ideas from? 15 years of playing the game. I am one of the few people who has never quit WoW. I have played from vanilla WoW all the way until today. I have been a hardcore player for pretty much the entire time. I used to be a hardcore raider, now I'm a hardcore mount farmer, and I'm hardly that anymore, but at least I have a lot of fucking achievements. I'm in the top 1% for achievements, mounts, pets, and titles, and transmogs, and all of that other shit. I am one of the top people. Doesn't mean I'm number one. I used to be pretty damn close, but I'm not anymore. But I'm pretty far up there. And I have a very, very good analysis, in my opinion, of the way the game has changed. Of course, my opinion that I have a good analysis, of course. But I'm one of the few people that's done that. And that's it. Nobody cares about achievements. Yeah, they do. I think more people care about achievements than being top DPS on Warcraft logs. Nobody gives a shit about that, honestly. I stopped caring about doing top DPS whenever Titan Forging happened, because I was no longer competing on an even playing field with other people. Back before Titan Forging was added into the game, and even during, maybe a little bit during Legion, I did not... Oh, I got the red one. Nice. Yeah, I was one of the top DPS warriors. Even in Emerald Nightmare, I was one of the top DPS warriors. In Nighthold, same thing. I had the rank 1 parse on Star Augur. I played very seriously as a DPS player. And also, you guys can say cap all you want, but many of you guys might not remember my YouTube channel. Go back and watch Big Dick DPS guides. I had some of the highest parses in the world. Was I number one? On some of them, yes, but on most of them, no. But I was up there. I think I've got a pretty good idea. People do care about achievements. I've done everything in the game. I'm one of the few people that has done everything in the game. I've PvP'd, I've done PvE, I've done pet battles, I've done BGs, I've done everything. And that's all there is to it. Playing for 2 years. Play some Era? I don't know about playing Era. I have no idea what the hell that is. So where is this? Okay. Alright, now here we go. Classic LFG add-on. I'm going to go ahead and just open this up on a bigger screen so you guys can see it. Okay. Something went wrong. Okay. Classic LFG add-on in action. Okay, here we go. What? What the hell? It's deleted. I didn't expect that. He removed the clips. Mirror? I don't know if there is a mirror for it. Let's see. Did he make a tweet about this? Let me go ahead and look at this. Yeah, it was in action. Or is anybody responding to that? Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Look at his Twitch clips from the week. Okay, just a second. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll see if I can figure this out. Okay, guys. Sorry, this is kind of weird. Okay. Let's see. Oh, he's hosting me. Thank you, man. Okay, remove this. All right, here we go. This is the one. Okay, I'm gonna pause.
Let's go again. All right, I'm gonna make a Dead Minds group. Dead Minds group. Dead Minds.
Okay.
Testy test.
Okay.
Auto invite on. Description tester.
Okay.
List group. Dungeon group joined. You've joined your group for Dead Minds. So I'm just gonna leave it. Hands off the mouse.
No. All right.
Will he?
No
what
hands
happens when he signs up?
No hands.
Just sign up.
Boom. That's one.
And I'm in a group.
Boom. That's one. So it has auto invite on and everything like that. So here's another thing, right? Is that I feel like this add-on in itself is not fundamentally harmful in every single way. But what I do think is going to happen is that this add-on will be version 1.0. And then version 1.1 will have different preferences that players can create. And then version 1.2 might have a little thing that you can check to look at people's item level. And then version 1.3 might have some sort of checker with the armory that looks at somebody's gear. And then it's like, you see how this happens. And like, even if you're okay with the beginning of it, right? Which I don't think, I don't think this is going to like, it's not, it's bad, but it's also like, I don't know. I'm trying to like find a way to explain this. It's a slippery. So if you think that I'm contradicting, you're retarded. Okay? Like I'm just saying you're retarded. You just don't understand like any sort of nuance at all. It's okay. You're retarded. The point that I'm making is that this add-on is bad. It is antithetical to the way that the classic WoW is created and designed to be played. This is a fact. Alright? Like, everybody basically agrees with me on this. At least most people do. The majority of people agree with me on this. On top of that, I don't think this add-on, if nothing ever changed, I don't think this add-on will ruin the game. But what I do think will ruin the game is what will come out of this add-on. That's what I was saying before about the different players, and, oh, why does it matter how we play the game? We're paying for the game the same as you are. That attitude is what ruins the game. And that attitude can't be allowed in Classic WoW in a popular way. That needs to be shut down every step. That attitude is what the issue is. This add-on is a symptom. That attitude is the disease. It's ruined the fucking game. Because these lazy babies don't know that they're playing an MMO.